Kids these days don't even know how good Juventus once was. 9 consecutive Serie A titles starting from 2011 all the way to 2020. But then apart from Coppa Italia trophies in 2021 and 24, the club hasn't been able to compete on the highest level. Last time Juventus was relevant in Europe was in 2015 and 17, where they failed in the Champions League finales each time. But the history of this club is incredible. 36 Serie A titles, 5 European trophies, whilst creating a bunch of legends of the game like Buffon, the goalkeeper no one could hate, Chiellini, one of the best defenders in Italian history, and Del Piero, who played nearly 20 years for the club. Now the club has just finished 4th in the league, whilst getting kicked out of the cup on penalties against Empoli, who got relegated in the league. The transfer window is wide open to fix the issues, and just now Jonathan David to Juventus has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Is he the solution to their worries though? Because as we speak, Dusan Vlahovic has 15 goals and 5 assists, while Kolo Muani has only 7 and 2. Those guys are not scoring enough goals. And yes, I know, the background is green. Why is that a thing? Hold on a second. What the hell is going on here? Wait, guys, wait. Welcome to the new studio. Honestly, this has been a dream of mine for a long time now. On the right, we have the Bayern Munich kit. On the left, the Liverpool one. They will be interchangeable. Let me know in the comments down below what kits you would like me to put up. Ideally, I was thinking like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter, AC Milan, those types of things. Let me know in the comments down below which kits, in your opinion, are like the most beautiful ones out there, the most iconic ones. And I did have, like, my YouTube buttons are here, right? I did have something in the middle here, which was holding up like a football, but it kept falling off. So I'll fix that next time. Actually, the idea was to like have this hand plugged to the wall, and then, you know, it was looking nice. Anyways, let's get back into the video. Lads, Di Gregorio and many other players have only been loaned in this season, and it seems like Di Gregorio will be purchased permanently alongside Kelly, Gonzalez, and Kalulu. When it comes to Conceição, apparently Juventus is not going to be triggering the buy clause, which is around about 30 million apparently. Kolo Muani, they are looking to try and loan him for another season, or they're trying to buy him for around 45 million. Let's see if that actually works out. 4 players have already been let go by Juventus. We're looking at Rovella, who Lazio bought, permanent clause activated after the loan. Pellegrini is moving over as well for 4 million to Lazio. Rovella, by the way, for 17. De Sciglio is just done. He is without a club at the age of 32. And Caviglia is going down to Venezia in the Serie B. Now let's get to the players that Juventus apparently want to get rid of. We are looking at Arkadiusz Milik, who they have extended with initially, but apparently they would take the offer if a good one comes in. Vlahovic, who they want to get rid of for so long now, it seems, and they missed the hype. They probably could have sold him for 80 million at least at one point. But Vlahovic is one that Juventus is looking to offload, especially with Jonathan David now coming in. It would make a lot of sense because they could get like, what, 40-50 million for him. Kostic is another one that was loaned out at Fener. He is looking to possibly sign with Atalanta apparently. Douglas Luiz never really worked out ever since he has joined from the Premier League, so they are looking to cash in on him as well. Then we're looking at Timothy Vea, who is a right midfielder, an American that is linked to multiple clubs. Apparently Nottingham Forest have a deal with him set up. Arthur is linked to Girona, if I'm not mistaken. They are apparently trying to offload him that way. Rugani is linked to multiple clubs as well. Ajax and Sassuolo are 2 clubs that are apparently interested in him. Giallo is one that Juventus wants to just get rid of, whether it be a loan deal or whatever. They just want to get him off the books. And then Mattia Perin is basically done being a backup. He wants to move away, and Juventus wants to cash in on him. And so they've all been sold. Vlahovic for 50, Douglas Luiz for 36, Kostic for 19, Milik for 18.5, Giallo is gone, Perin is gone, Vea and Arthur and Rugani, and on the top of it, Bayo goes out on loan. Now it's time to show you who Juventus are actually linked to. First of all, though, this is the squad. Jonathan David up top, Yildiz and Cope Miners alongside Locatelli and Thuram in the midfield, Gonzalez on the right midfield position, Cambiaso at the left midfield, Bremer, Kalulu, Gatti. That is the setup we have at the back for now, with Di Gregorio in goal, who, by the way, in the Club World Cup has put up an incredible performance as Juventus failed to go through into the next round against Real Madrid. That's another thing that people were pointing to, and a lot of people were so massively disappointed with the performance of Juventus in that game. So they're not really seeing a bright future for this club, but maybe Jonathan David will help, and maybe we can make something happen in the transfer window. Apparently, Juventus wants to sign Aguerd from West Ham. I believe he was loaned out to the La Liga side, Real Sociedad, last season. And now, Juventus wants to sign him for 27.4 million. I have gotten him into the squad. They want to bring him in because Rugani is supposed to leave. And also, Gatti is linked to multiple teams. So this just makes a lot of sense. 82 rated. He walks into the club as an upgrade on Gatti. 29 years old, 6'3" tall, left-footed. Kalulu can play as a right back as well, so that's the perfect position for him. Aguerd comes in as a left-sided centre-back for us, 6'3" tall, power header, long ball pass, anticipate on top of it as well. Moroccan centre-back. If I'm not mistaken, Juventus already had a Moroccan centre-back that had joined them from Bayern Munich, but I just, for the life of me, cannot think of his name. What was his name? Please let me know. I'm gonna go crazy. Up next, we're going in for a player who has 10 goals and 16 assists. It is Trincao joining us from Sporting because his contract is running out in the upcoming season. Juventus might be in a very good spot to buy this man. A couple of rumors online about Juventus wanting to sign him, and as soon as I saw them, I was like, dude, this makes a lot of sense because he comes in now into our team as an 83 rated, yes, center attacking midfielder. And Juventus fans, you've told me often enough that you are heavily disappointed with Coop Miners, considering how good he was for Atalanta. It's a shame that it hasn't really worked out, but I've also seen that a lot of people seem to be very happy with Kefren Turam, and they want the team to be built around him, which is a madness to hear. And then we have Trincao now joining us in a cam position. Yildiz, I will change into a cam as well. He has been contacted by multiple clubs. Apparently, Chelsea want to sign him for like 80 million, but Juventus have said nope. So Trincao now joins us, 25 years old, 80 pace, 80 shooting, 82 passing, 83 dribbling, and then the play styles are just crazy. Finesse shot, incisive pass, technical, flair, first touch, trickster, and Trivela on top, and he's only 25. This would be some signing, replacing Conceição in this team with another Portuguese lad. And because I couldn't find more links to Juventus, I went into a game against Napoli. Initially, it started off bad. They were having all their chances. But then Jonathan David said, let me show you why you have signed me, Juventus. What a goal. Are you kidding me? That was one of his first goals for the club of Juventus, and with that he has announced himself to Italy and the Serie A, of course. And on top of it, big teams should be watching out for Jonathan David's progress in the upcoming years. But here we are looking at another addition. Aguerd comes across, 50th minute, perfect tackle, prevents a 1v1, and we beat Napoli. But despite beating Napoli, who were champions just now, we only coming into the 5th position. Juventus on 72 points, AS Roma dominating with 89. However, there is a bit of hope because in the Coppa Italia, Juventus is back winning it. 2-1 victory against Inter. At least one trophy has been secured thanks to the new signings and the current squad. In the Champions League, we finished 12th at first. In the playoffs, then we played against Leipzig to then move into the round of 16 and beat the likes of Leverkusen. And in the quarterfinals, finally Liverpool stopped us. Going into the new season, Jonathan David is on an 86 alongside Trincao as well. But I do see an issue in the right midfield position. I don't think Gonzalez is good enough for that spot. According to Nico Sciera, Juventus and Napoli are interested in Miguel Gutierrez, and he would be truly perfect for this team in my opinion. Why? Because of course Gutierrez is a very attacking left back for Girona, especially in that season where they have done really well. He was outstanding moving forward with the ball, but also defending if needed. So we're gonna bring him into the squad. 65 million I had to pay for him, but it might be worth it because the guy is on an 85 rating. Now here's the plan. Cambiasso is left-footed, I know, but he does have a 5-star weak foot for me, and I know he can play right back and left back, so I'm going to put him over to the right-hand side of the pitch, and then Gutierrez will be taking over at that left midfield. 24 years old, left-footed, 85 pace, 83 passing, 85 dribbling, 81 defending with 75 physicality. No playstyles is absolutely shocking, but still a very good deal for Juventus in my opinion. So if they can get him, they should. And now Leipzig is going to be our opponent. And guess what? It is, of course, in a European final. Europa League is what we're going after. And Jonathan David, man, this guy is insane. Sent that man to the shops, another one, and then bags himself the first goal after just 20 minutes. Jonathan David is dominating for Juventus. This signing could be a very, very interesting one. And again, the defender is sat down on the floor as he goes past him with the reverse elastico. Jonathan David, this trophy is dedicated to your performance, my friend. We are European champions again. Despite winning the trophy, it seems like we have lost Locatelli. Release clause of 102 million. Inter have pulled it. And it gets even worse because Inter have won the title. Goal difference is just 1 goal. But I believe in Italy, what matters is like the direct comparison. So yeah, that did not go to according to my plan. We have lost out on the title so narrowly. The Super Cup belongs to Inter. The Coppa Italia belongs to Inter. As you can tell, they're dominating. But hey, we qualified for Champions League football and won a European trophy, so I can't be too unhappy. David up to an 88. Trincao looks insane right now. Yildiz up to an 84. Gutierrez 87. Turning him into a left midfielder actually bumped him up by a rating. Thuram and now Coop Miners back into the starting 11 due to losing Locatelli. We'll look into a replacement going into the next season. Kalulu, Bremer, Agerd, they're looking very good. Di Gregorio up to an 87, but our bench is, I mean, it's shocking in certain spots. It definitely is. So we need to go ahead and do better moving forward. Having said that, by the way, Mbangula is quite a talent, so I like having him there. Last season, I forgot to show you, but this season, you can see Jonathan David is the top scorer. Trincao comes in with 39 goal contributions this season, and Yildiz doing a decent job as well, so can't really complain. So a new star is walking through the club's doors. It is going to be Orkun Kökçü. Çalhanoğlu has already shown that a Turkish midfielder in Italy seems to be working out. So let's try and get our own. He comes in for 60 million from Benfica at this point, and I'm very happy about that. 85 rated, same rating as Coop Miners, so there can be a bit of competition, but I fully expect Kökçü to grow even faster. 26 years old at this stage, 5'9" tall, a bunch of great play styles, and in my opinion, he is ready for that next step in his career as well. And since we like shopping in the Portuguese league, as we have shown with Trincao, let's go ahead and get Kökçü as well. So very happy with how things are looking at the moment with the squad, but I do think I need to bring in centre-backs for the future. Bremer's 30 years old, Ageret is 31. We need to shore up that defense for the future. So first of all, I'm signing Gila from Lazio. They got Ravella, they got Pellegrini or whatever his name was, so I'm signing one of their players. This man is coming in for about 50.5 million into Juventus and at a rating of 83. And that is quite good because he's not too far away from the likes of Agerd, and he still has bags of potential, I guess. So let's put him in there, and he's going to be joining us instead of, let's say, Sarsanti here on the bench. I always like to sort it out like this, but he comes in with 89 pace, one of the fastest centre-backs out there. On average, this past season, he has gotten like a 7 rating out of 10 on some of these statistic tracking sites. 78 dribbling for a centre-back, 83 defending, 80 physicality, rapid playstyle, just like Singo. That could be a player that I really enjoy, and he has Serie A experience. And in the Serie A, players move to all the teams. It doesn't matter if you're rivals or not, it just goes around. So, makes sense for us to get a player from the Serie A here. Okay, I initially thought we strengthened, but we didn't. We came in second, 78 points, not looking too good. A huge gap to AC Milan. We need to do better. And as we go into the Super Cup, We are doing better. We picked up that trophy. I like it. It's basically the Italian Carabao Cup, right? Anyways, then we go over to the Coppa Italia, and there we find ourselves winning the trophy against Napoli. So we did pick up silverware this season, which is a good thing. But in the Champions League, well, there things kind of ended a bit early, I guess. We came in 6th. Then in a round of 16, we played against Manchester City and got beaten. So it's showing me that we cannot compete with the teams that are spending the most money and that have some of the biggest and highest rated players. So looking at all that, I need to go into my team and see what's going on. Jonathan David, 90. Trincao, 91. Cambiasso finally growing. Kökçü coming in and going up to an 87. Taking over from Coop Miners clearly. Yildiz up to an 88 finally. And then we have even Agerd growing at the age of 32, which is quite fun to see. And other players looking ridiculously strong. So starting 11 is not the issue anymore, in my opinion. I need to do better on the bench. I need to bring in a good backup striker. I need to bring in left midfield and right midfield. I need to sort out the rest of this team. I'm happy, though, to see that Gatti and Gila have gone up in their ratings. That's going to be useful if they are needed. And well, this time, Jonathan David comes in with 41 goal contributions. Trincao with 35. Yildiz with 31 for himself. And Coop Miners seemingly has played a lot of games, and so did Kökçü, and so did Thuram. Hold on, I'm confused. So, who didn't play? Huh? And there we go. Marcos Leonardo from Al Hilal is joining us as a backup striker for an insane amount of money. But I just had to make it happen because Al Hilal currently are doing a great job in the Club World Cup, kicking out Manchester City, as you know, and he comes in with an 86 rating into our team. That is some upgrade if you ask me. Coop Miners obviously can remain a backup player for our team, which is good enough for me. Same goes for Gonzalez, I guess, but the left wing, I thought that Mangula would grow, but he kind of stopped. But Marcos Leonardo is now in. He played at Benfica before. Back when he was coming on as a substitute, I actually really liked him. So it's fun to see him do well in a Club World Cup. But he's now a part of our team. 5'9", chip shot play style on him. Not the most pacey striker, but good at shooting. And so Bonsuba is now joining us from the Belgian League. We are signing a left midfielder who is just going to be higher rated. For about 40 million, he's going to be walking into the Juventus side, and 81 rated, lads. That is what we want. And Bangula, I appreciate you. He also has been linked to Nottingham Forest. Apparently, there was like a pairing deal that they wanted to pull off with Juventus, Vea plus Bangula. But that apparently fell through now. I've just seen the message from Fabrizio Romano. But anyways, Bonsuba is going to come in and help us out. 81 rated, 87 pace, 76 shooting, 76 passing, left-footed, technical. That's what we like to see. Now our bench is looking very good, and I'm fully expecting trophies. Nothing else will be accepted. And well, we stepped up against Inter. I wanted to prove myself against a team that seems to be winning all the trophies. Jonathan David took them apart. This man is truly unstoppable. I don't think I've used a striker this good in quite some time. I mean, he's unbelievable. The way he just keeps going and scores these goals, it makes it look easy. And with that, Inter were done. And well, thanks to Jonathan David and the squad, we have now won the Serie A once again. The Super Cup belongs to Juventus. The Coppa Italia belongs to Napoli. Have I won the treble yet? I might have. Anyways, let's go ahead and show you what has happened here. We actually dropped out in the Champions League semi-finals against Leipzig. Somehow, I have lost 5-2 in the second game to make it 7-5 on aggregate. Don't even ask me how this happens. Especially when you consider that we have an incredible team. I mean, it is truly such a strong squad. One of the first ones where I actually feel comfortable using 3 at the back. That says a lot. You guys know how much I struggle with this, but Kalulu, Bremer and Agüero have been incredible, and they are experienced. Yes, these guys are getting old, and they could start dropping down in their ratings, and for that we do have Gila, specifically for Agüero. But a replacement for Bremer? That's tough. That's going to be costly. But hey, Jonathan David gets 50 goal contributions as the rest of the team tries to support him. This season it's gone much better. Juventus first in the league with 92 points. Winners of the Super Cup. Coppa Italia also belongs to us. And finally in the Champions League, second behind Milan. Round of 16, we go ahead and beat the likes of Marseille. Quarterfinals, it is PSG. Semi-finals, it is Real Madrid. Milan made it to the semi-finals, but we're up against Barca in the final. This is going to be quite a battle. Let me tell you one thing, though. The squad is insane. I mean, genuinely, I cannot wait to try and use this team. Gila is now in the starting 11, by the way, because Aguerd has dropped down to an 86. He has overtaken him. Bremer's still looking solid as ever, and the same goes for Kalulu and Di Gregorio, who have held their positions nicely. Leonardo up to an 88. That's going to be some substitution if I do need him, alongside players like Coop Miners, who have also gone up. Aguerd, Gatti. We have a sick team, man. I cannot wait to show you the numbers. So, Jonathan David, how many goals? My man has 70 goal contributions. Then Trincao has 52. What the actual... Bro, yeah, I can't wait to use this team. Trincao and David are definitely the best players I've used in this team so far. And our opponents? Konate, Fermin Lopez, Lamine Yamal, Ansu Fati, Caicedo. Okay. Arco joined them. Ethan Nwaneri is on the bench. And Dybala as well. Dybala at Barcelona. That would have been a sick transfer back in the day. As we go into this game, can I just quickly say a massive thank you to all of you for making this life that I'm living possible, man. And specifically for this past month, you guys have crushed it, honestly. Showing up on all these videos, like, I'm fully aware, yes, it's also because of my doing, because I've been putting in a lot of work specifically for trying to research the right videos to make at the right time and getting all the information about these clubs. Bro, it hasn't been easy. It's been a lot more work than usually for myself, but it's paying off, and that is what really matters. So thank you all so much for all the support. And on top of it, I do have some great news for you. Lads, as we get taken out here, and possibly a yellow card is going to be shown to our opponents. Oh, a red card! Kunde picked up a red! Perfect timing to talk about this. So this background is not only made for this channel. As you guys know, I do have CaniSports too, where I have over 100,000 subscribers right now. And I want to turn that channel into a passion project of mine. I'm kind of done with doing regular career mode series for now. Maybe someday I'll go back to it. But right now the plan is to turn CaniSports 2 into a channel where you guys can come into it and see anything and everything about what's happening in football. There will be YouTube shorts. I'll be using my Instagram and uploading there. I'll be uploading on TikTok as well. And I will have all those links in the description down below for you guys to tune into. But CaniSports 2 mainly is going to be long form videos where I talk about football as well and have the shorts as well. I can't wait to dive into this. There's big tournaments coming up in the upcoming summer. I mean, the next one, I guess. But yeah, I'm mad happy about it. And with this background, nothing can stop me. Move it. Yes. Move it. Let's go. Kenan. Lovely move. Jonathan David. Kökçü. Have to score that. How am I not scoring? 45 minutes in. What a moment. I wish I knew how to score corners. When FC25 came out, I was so good at corners. Now I'm just trash. Wait. Wait. Let's go. Jonathan David scores a bicycle kick, basically, in the Champions League final. He deserves it. That man has been unbelievable. Yildiz gets the assist. We love to see that. Defender nowhere near it. That's such a solid finish from Jonathan David. See it once more. I mean, come on, cameraman. You can do a better job. Bremer. I love Bremer, man. He actually might be my favorite defender in this game, which is mental to say. But I think he's better than Van Dijk in this game. I love Van Dijk, don't get me wrong, but Bremer just feels special. Every tackle is on point. Anyways, here we go. Jonathan. Come on, Jonathan. All the way down the right to Trincao. Trivela, right? Oh, he's a left footer. Why? I wanted a right-footed Trivela there. Hold up. This could be very bad if he plays a perfect pass, and he does. Yamal against Gila. That's why we signed him. All that pace. He got into the right position at the right time, saving me. Nice steal by Miguel Gutierrez. Thuram, lovely pass. Yildiz for a second assist. No. This time it's going to be Trinca on the cross. Let's see if Jonathan David can do it again. He might actually. He does. Jonathan David scores 2 bicycle kicks in a Champions League final. Has that ever happened? I don't think it has. I can remember Gareth Bale against Liverpool. Painful. I can't remember any other bicycle kicks in a final. Was the one from Cristiano Ronaldo at Juventus in a final? I don't think so, right? Anyways, we're doing great right here. Miguel Gutierrez, what a signing he has been. Oh, there goes Jonathan David again. Yildiz wants another assist. Jonathan David wants another goal. I mean, really? Really, bro? Yildiz again. Yildiz again. Looking for Jonathan David. He's going to utilize that pace to run into Karnesecki. Congratulations, Jonathan David. You are officially too quick. Anyways, the game is now done. Juventus win the final with 2 bicycle kicks. If he doesn't get the Ballon d'Or, I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. And now everyone gets to celebrate multiple trophies on top of the bus. The treble belongs to Juventus. They're back to their greatness once again. This is what we wanted to see. And as now Jonathan David is about to lift the Ballon d'Or, which he deserves for us. Let's get a bit real, my friends. I've literally just found out that apparently Diogo Jota has passed away. He and his brother were in a car crash. Liverpool has actually now confirmed it as well. Wow, I didn't want to believe this, but apparently this happened. Genuinely don't know what to say. The guy apparently got married 5 days ago, and I just checked, like, it's actually true. He's leaving behind 3 kids and a wife, and yeah, I'm devastated. Honestly, I don't know what to say at this stage. He's younger than me. Like, it just feels crazy to hear that type of stuff. So my condolences to his family. Rest in peace, and hopefully this can be somewhat of a moment for you guys to go ahead and show love to your loved ones, basically, and cherish them whilst they're here. That's all I can say, really. Thank you guys for watching. Didn't want the video to end on this note, but hey man, gotta address it as soon as I see it here. It's sad. Love you all. Have a good day. Take care and peace.